Before you jump in, smash that like button, drop a quick comment about what you think will happen next, tap subscribe, and share the saga with someone who loves a good comeback. Selena Carter steps into the Carter mansion just after dawn, apron already tied, hair pulled back in a neat bun. Evelyn Carter taps her watch and snaps, "The floors aren't shining, Selena. Do it again." Selena nods, takes the mop, and glides across the marble while Samantha Carter lounges on the sofa, scrolling her phone. Samantha smirks. "Maybe polish the silver next. That teapot looks sad, kind of like you." Selena keeps her cool smile, saying only right away. Under the chandelier's glare, laughter from Derek's cousins drifts down the stairs. They treat the place like a free hotel, tossing jackets at Selena as though she's invisible. Derek himself breezes past with a distracted morning, his briefcase already in hand, eyes glued to email on his phone. No one wonders why Selena never complains, why her back stays straight, why her voice never cracks. Inside, the woman remembers ballroom lessons, weekend trips to Capri, and her father's rule, control the room by controlling yourself. She measures each breath, counting tile squares like piano beats. When Evelyn sighs loudly about useless help, Selena's fingers tighten on the mop handle, but she forces a steady rhythm. Overhead, the Carter family crest, a roaring lion, shines in stained glass, yet the true lioness dusts beneath it. Visitors see a simple housewife who married above her station. They whisper, "Poor girl, must have nowhere else to go." Selena lets the rumor live because masks serve their masters. She's not here to impress them, she's here to observe. Every insult is a bead on a string, she's nodding into something far stronger than anger. For now, she notes who tosses a napkin on the floor, who sneers at her accent, who forgets her birthday but remembers to hand her dirty dishes. The mansion hums with pipes and quiet cruelty, and Selena records it all in the silent ledger she keeps behind calm eyes. Evelyn decides the family needs fresh orchids for tonight's dinner party. She waves the shopping list like a baton. "Selena, drive to Greenview Nursery. And hurry." Selena checks the clock, 40 minutes until guests arrive. Samantha, sprawled in an armchair, adds, "Oh, pick up my dry cleaning, too." "They'll know the order, Samantha Carter, VIP." Selena nods. Samantha's grin widens. "And grab the designer macarons from Bella Patisserie. Use your card, okay? I'll pay you back." She never does. Selena notes the extra stops would now take an hour. Derek, flipping through a portfolio at the dining table, doesn't even glance up. Evelyn drops her voice. "Remember, no plain white orchids. I want pink, shows refinement." Selena's inner voice murmurs, "Refinement is free when you treat people right." But she keeps it tucked away. She heads to the garage, climbs into the old family sedan they force her to drive while their luxury cars stay spotless. At the nursery, she chooses perfect blush pink orchids and pays in cash from her own purse when Evelyn's card accidentally declines. On the highway back, traffic crawls. Selena breathes slow, picturing her mother's charity galas, how staff were always thanked by name. She reaches the house with 10 minutes to spare, arms loaded with orchids, dry cleaning, and pastel macarons. Evelyn frowns anyway. "Cutting it close, dear?" Samantha inspects the pastry box. I said lavender, not rose." She pops a macaron in her mouth. "Guess we'll survive." Their words nip like small dogs, but Selena only smiles. She arranges orchids in the crystal vase, crystal she donated years ago under an alias, then slips upstairs to change clothes nobody will notice. In the mirror she studies her own calm face, not a wrinkle of frustration. She whispers, "Almost there." Downstairs, Evelyn brags to guests about tonight's simple family dinner while Selena glides from kitchen to table, spotless and silent. Samantha lifts a glass, clinks it lightly, and stage whispers, "Cheers to having someone who actually knows her place." Laughter ripples. Selena pours wine, counts to 10 inside, and files the moment with the others. Late at night, the party gone, Derek crashes onto the edge of their king-size bed, tie loosened. He sighs, "Mom says the investors love dinner." Selena folds his jacket, places it in the wardrobe. Glad it went well. He doesn't notice the bruise on her wrist from a dropped serving tray. Staring at his phone, he mutters, "I'm up for senior partner if I land the Henderson deal. That means more late nights. You'll be okay, right?" Selena replies, "Of course." Derek tosses the phone on the nightstand. "Mom's under stress, so if she snaps, just ignore it." He kisses her forehead absent-mindedly, rolls over, and is asleep in minutes. In the dark, Selena watches city lights flicker beyond the window. She recalls the first time Derek brought her home, how kind he was then, how thrilled he looked introducing his fiancée. But his mother's raised brow and Samantha's fake smile had planted early seeds of doubt. Selena chose love over fortune, had promised herself she'd make it work. Now promises echo hollow. She silently slips out, pads to the balcony, and lets the cool night air wash over her burnt-out nerves. Cars hiss below like distant waves. In the glass door's reflection, she sees a woman in cotton pajamas, hair falling loose, but inside her chest drums the heartbeat of a CEO. She whispers, "Remember who you are, Selena." Somewhere across town, her investment accounts click forward, earning more in one night than the Carter family spends in a year. Yet Derek never asks how she fills her days, never wonders why monthly bills never bounce. He assumes some quiet allowance from her modest background. Selena leans on the railing, tears stinging but not falling. Tomorrow brings more errands, more shallow smiles, more pretending. She steels herself, repeating her mother's mantra, "Patience is power." In the room behind her, Derek snores softly, unaware the foundation of his world is shifting grain by grain. Selena watches dawn slide up the sky like fresh paint and vows, not forever. Morning sunlight pours across a mahogany desk inside an uptown office, Selena's father's study, preserved like a museum. Flashback. 19-year-old Selena stands beside her parents as lawyers outline the Carter Kingston Trust, global real estate, tech stocks, a controlling share in a luxury goods conglomerate. Her father says, "Money is a tool, nothing more. Use it wisely." Her mother touches her arm. "And never let it own you, darling." Years later, after their accident, the trust flips fully to Selena, billions in assets. The young heiress sits alone in that study and decides she'll find love that sees her, not her wallet. She meets Derek at a charity run. He trips, sprains an ankle, she helps him up, laughter sparks. He talks about dreams, late-night coding, beating expectations set by his overbearing mother. He never asks about her lineage, she never offers. She loves feeling normal. When he proposes with a simple gold band, she says yes, under a willow tree, heart louder than reason. She moves into the Carter house, planning to reveal everything gently. But on day 3, Evelyn scoffs at Selena's plain suitcase. "At least you pack light." Warning bells ring. Selena chooses silence, wanting to earn acceptance first. The trust stays sealed behind lawyer keys and NDAs. Only Olivia Johnson, her childhood friend, knows the truth. On quiet afternoons, Selena slips away to a side library, logs into private bank portals, and scans reports like others scroll social media. She makes micro-investments in clean water tech, microloans to single mothers, art grants. The numbers climb. Yet in the mansion halls, she's the helper handing canapes. On this memorable morning, Selena sits in that same study, the scent of her father's old cologne still faint. She signs a document authorizing a new shell company, Rosebridge Holdings, then locks everything again. Closing the door, she breathes, not yet. But soon. Her driver, Vincent, waits outside. To the Carter family, he's just the gardener's cousin, but he's on Selena's payroll, sworn to secrecy. Back to present, her phone buzzes, Samantha demanding coffee. Selena smiles ruefully. They have no idea. She straightens her blazer and heads home. Later that evening, Selena meets Olivia at a small cafe off Maple Street. Olivia waves, short curls bouncing. "Girl, you look exhausted." Selena laughs softly. "Just another Carter day." They settle into a corner booth. Olivia's eyes sharpen. "Why do you still hide? You could buy the Carter mansion twice over and evict the lot." Selena stirs her tea. "That's not the point. I wanted them to like me for me." Olivia snorts. "They don't even know you." Selena sighs, "If I flex my wealth now, I become the arrogant heiress in their story." Olivia leans in. "Or you become the woman who finally takes her power back." A nearby table chuckles at some joke, but Selena only hears the hammering inside her own chest. She confesses the bruise on her wrist. Olivia's jaw clenches. "Selena, that's not okay." Selena nods. "I'm starting to see that patience and silence aren't the same." Olivia reaches across, squeezing her hand. "When you choose to act, call me. I'll bring popcorn." They laugh, tension easing. On the way out, Selena spots a charity flyer on the bulletin board, Hope Haven Gala, seeking sponsors. She pockets it. In the car, she messages her lawyer, set up a discreet endowment, anonymous. The reply, done. Arriving home, she finds Evelyn fussing about centerpieces again. Samantha demands, "Where's our green juice?" Selena simply says, "In the fridge," and walks past them, first time she hasn't jumped to serve. Evelyn's eyebrows shoot up. Samantha scoffs, someone woke up bold. Selena keeps walking. Upstairs, she opens her closet. The back section holds her true wardrobe, tailored silk hidden behind old cardigans. She glides her hand across a midnight blue dress and whispers, "Step 1. She chooses a soft cashmere sweater instead, progress in small doses. Downstairs, Derek calls, "Selena, can we talk?" He rubs his temples. Work's a mess. Henderson's pulling out. Selena sits, listens, offers gentle ideas about diversification. Derek only half hears. She nods anyway, seeds planted. When he leaves for a late meeting, she returns to the mirror, practicing the smile that says everything's changing even if no one sees it yet. A week later, Derek hosts a dinner for his new potential partner, Jonathan Clark, a sharply dressed man with an easy grin and curious eyes. In the candlelit dining room, Selena wears the midnight blue dress, subtle but stunning. Derek barely notices, but Jonathan's gaze lingers with respectful intrigue. Over roasted salmon, conversation drifts to market volatility. Evelyn tries to steer the topic toward her latest charity brunch, but Jonathan asks Selena, "What do you think of renewable energy plays this quarter?" Derek chuckles. Selena reads cookbooks, not balance sheets. Selena smiles politely. Actually, renewables are trending up, but storage tech will decide winners. The firms that crack that will double valuations inside 18 months. Jonathan's brow lifts. Exactly my thought. Samantha rolls her eyes. She watched one documentary. Selena sips water. More like quarterly reports. Jonathan leans forward. You analyze reports? Selena shrugs. Old habit. Derek shifts, a hint of embarrassment. Evelyn changes the subject, but Jonathan's interest is hooked. After dessert, he finds Selena in the kitchen, drying glasses. Mind if I help? She smiles. Guests don't wash dishes. He lowers his voice. You're no ordinary guest. Something tells me you're hiding a powerhouse mind. Selena's heart skips. She keeps her tone light. Just reading for fun. Jonathan chuckles. That fun could move markets. If you ever want in on a project, call me. He slips a card on the counter, taps it, and walks out. Selena's pulse thrums. Back in the dining room, Evelyn whispers to Derek, "Tell your partner not to flirt with the help." Selena hears but pretends not to. Later, Derek says, "Jonathan's impressed by your enthusiasm. Cute. But don't get your hopes up. High finance is cutthroat." Selena nods, hiding a small smile. Upstairs, she Googles Jonathan's ventures, solid, ethical, disruptive. She drafts an anonymous email from Rosebridge Holdings proposing seed capital. Before sending, she hesitates, then hits send. The game board shifts one more square. In the quiet, Selena whispers, "Check." Jonathan Clark can't shake the spark he saw behind Selena's calm eyes. Next morning, he digs through old press releases, searching Selena Kingston, her maiden name, faint memory of society pages. A headline pops, Kingston Air Funds Clean Oceans Initiative. He hums. The article mentions a private trust. He thinks interesting. Meanwhile, in the Carter kitchen, Samantha brags about a boutique opening. They know me by name, she tells Selena. Selena smiles. Names carry weight. Samantha misses the edge in her tone. Upstairs, Selena checks her phone. Jonathan's reply to Rosebridge email, happy to discuss. Your insights at dinner were spot on. She types back, let's keep it confidential for now. He replies, understood. Derek storms in, papers flying. Henderson dropped completely. Months of work gone. He paces. Selena suggests maybe pivot towards sustainable tech firms. They're seeing solid growth. Derek snorts. That's a fad. Selena shrugs, so was electricity once. Derek ignores her, muttering about cost cuts. Selena files this under missed chances. Later, Jonathan texts Derek, your wife's brilliant. Ever think of looping her into strategy? Derek frowns, shows Selena. He's just being polite. Selena only says, maybe listen. Derek changes the subject. At a rooftop bar that evening, Jonathan meets Olivia by chance, mutual friends. Olivia mentions a Selena Kingston and Jonathan's brain pieces links. Back home, Selena reorganizes the family study's dusty filing cabinets under excuse of spring cleaning. She quietly scans copies of Carter Enterprises' shareholder structure, Derek's company, then buys a modest tranche through Rosebridge. A foot in the door. The clue trail widens. Next day, Jonathan emails, I found something. Lunch tomorrow? Selena answers, can't. But soon. In the mansion, Evelyn barks for more tea. Selena brings it but no longer bows her head. Samantha notices. What's with the attitude? Selena smiles sweetly. I'm simply tired, Sam. Samantha scoffs. It's Samantha. Selena walks away, whispering, names carry weight. The first crack appears in the Carter facade, and Jonathan Clark, miles away, feels the tremor. Evelyn announces the mansion will host the annual Hearts and Pearls charity auction, her pride event. She turns to Selena. You'll handle everything, of course. Don't embarrass us. Selena nods, hides a smile. She's already checked event licenses, vendor lists, guest capacity, skills honed from funding galas worldwide. Samantha tosses a brochure. Better not botch the seating. Influencers are picky. Selena studies the guest list. She recognizes half as CEOs she's quietly backed. She emails her personal assistant, known only as M, to arrange anonymous donations, silent auction items, and a surprise headline performer. Weeks flash by. Evelyn assumes Selena's struggling. She schedules check-ins to scold her. Selena thanks her for guidance, then keeps building. On auction night, chandeliers sparkle, runway models greet guests, and the ballroom thrums with buzz. Samantha gasps, how'd she pull this off? Evelyn forces a smile at arriving dignitaries. One executive whispers to Selena, pleasure to see you again, Ms. Kingston. Selena presses a finger to her lips, secret safe. Jonathan enters, eye scanning decor. He spots Selena in a sleek ivory gown, clipboard in hand, and mouths, wow. Auction kicks off, bids skyrocket. Evelyn basks in praise she doesn't deserve, telling reporters a family effort. Behind her, Selena handles glitches like a seasoned pro. Derek arrives late, surprised at the scale. He whispers to Selena, did Mom hire a planner? Selena murmurs, apparently. Jonathan edges closer, murmurs, careful, your mask's slipping. Selena replies, not tonight. When the headline performer, Grammy winner Jade Lee, steps on stage, the room erupts. Samantha squeals. Evelyn nearly faints. Reporters swarm. Jade thanks the anonymous benefactor who made tonight possible. Selena stays in the shadows, lips curved. Total funds break local records. As cameras flash, Evelyn announces final tally, tears of joy streaming. After guests leave, Evelyn snaps at Selena, why didn't you tell me the florist was late? Selena answers calmly, handled. Evelyn's irritation can't dull the night's success, but she can't claim full credit either. Everyone saw Selena run the show. Upstairs, Selena kicks off heels and texts Olivia, phase 1 complete. They're rattled. Olivia replies with popcorn emojis. Sunday morning, Derek sits at the kitchen table, face buried in his hands. I've got 3 days to find replacement funding. Selena pours coffee. Jonathan might help. Derek frowns. He's sniffing around you more than the firm. Selena lifts a brow. Maybe because I listen. Derek sighs. Look, I know Mom can be tough, but she wants what's best. Selena's tone stays soft. Best for whom? He rubs eyes. For the family. Selena asks, and am I family? He hesitates. The pause is answer enough. She nods, stands. I have errands. Driving away in her discreet sedan, she calls Jonathan. I'm in, she tells him. They meet at a cafe. Jonathan lays out numbers. Selena replies with precise tweaks that triple projected ROI. Jonathan's eyes shine. You're a genius. She shakes her head. Just practiced. He asks, why hide? Selena sips latte. Timing. He leans in. Whatever you need, I'm on your team. She smiles gratefully. Back home, Derek's still on calls. Samantha barges in complaining about a canceled spa appointment. Derek snaps, not now. Selena watches silently as cracks appear between brother and sister. That evening, Selena hands Derek a folder, diversification options. He schemes, surprised. You wrote this. She nods. You wanted ideas. He reads deeper, brow furrowing, then softening. These projections, where'd you learn this? Selena meets his eyes. Experience. Derek looks almost impressed, but pride blocks him. I'll think about it. Later, Evelyn corners Selena. Stay in your lane. Men don't like pushy wives. Selena smiles politely. Thanks for the advice. In her room, she logs into Rosebridge, green lights another purchase of Carter Enterprises shares, inching toward a stake big enough to vote. She breathes deep. The first break, the moment Derek looks at her work with respect, tastes bittersweet, but it's movement. Downstairs, Evelyn sharpens claws, sensing shift. Samantha posts selfies caption, Boss Babe, while ignoring Real Boss moves above. Selena closes her laptop, whispers, brick by brick. Week after week, Selena adjusts small pieces of her life. She swaps worn flats for subtle designer loafers. Samantha mocks her copycat style, unaware Selena owns stock in the brand. Selena hires a private trainer, telling Derek it's a wellness perk from an imaginary club. Pounds of stress shed posture talents. Olivia gives her a slim leather planner. Selena fills it with project milestones. In the mansion, she starts saying no. Evelyn asks her to iron tablecloths before dawn. Selena replies gently, I have a prior commitment. Evelyn's jaw drops. Samantha tries guilt. You.
WN. Selena answers, you're welcome to help. Samantha retreats. Derek watches these shifts with confusion and a hint of admiration, though he masks it with teasing. During a board game night, Selena wins 3 rounds of strategy easily. Derek laughs nervously, didn't know you were competitive. Selena smiles only when it matters. At a boutique, she picks a silk scarf. The cashier greets her by name, offers VIP service. Samantha's eyes widened. She thought Selena avoided luxury because she couldn't afford it. That night, Selena attends a networking mixer quietly hosted by Rosebridge, where she meets startup founders hungry for capital. She signs term sheets under a pen name. Jonathan texts, investors raving about an anonymous angel. Selena replies with a winking emoji. Home past midnight, she passes Evelyn in the hallway. Evelyn sniffs, out late? Selena's simple yes ends the exchange. In the bathroom mirror, she studies her own steady gaze, storm I calm, winds gathering outside. She whispers, nearly time. She slides open a drawer, revealing a stack of certified letters, share certificates, property deeds, all in her name. She locks it again. Downstairs, Samantha posts a rant about lazy people living off others. Selena chuckles softly. She silences her phone, sinks into bed, and dreams of lions roaring not in stained glass but in real daylight. The quiet transformation is almost complete. Next comes revelation. But for now, the house sleeps, thinking its servant has finally learned respect, unaware she's rehearsing the speech that will flip their world like a table at a rigged game. Selena's phone buzzes during a dull breakfast where Evelyn blames the cook, meaning Selena, for soggy toast. She steps into the hallway and answers. Mr. Levine, her family lawyer, speaks warmly. Morning, Ms. Kingston. The quarterly audit's done. Your inheritance just crossed $11.3 billion. Selena breathes out slowly. Evelyn yells from the dining room, are you gossiping out there? The eggs are cold. Selena covers the receiver. Coming. Levine continues, we need your signature on a transfer. Will you drop by? Selena nods. This afternoon. Hanging up, she walks back with fresh toast yet feels miles away. Memories flood in, her father teaching her how compound interest works, her mother explaining stewardship. She thinks they'd hate seeing me treated like a house pet. She places the toast in front of Evelyn, who barely grunts a thank you. Samantha scrolls social media, bragging about a new handbag she'll grab on Derek's card. Derek reads news on his tablet, not seeing Selena's far-off look. After dishes, Selena drives to Levine's downtown office, signs papers, and learns her trust now holds a majority position in Argent Star Energy, a hot clean tech giant. Levine smiles. You could buy a country, Selena. She laughs softly. I only need my freedom. He raises an eyebrow. She adds, and maybe a surprise or two. Leaving, she checks the Carter Enterprises stock price on her phone. A dip hits $23. She whispers, perfect. In the parking lot, she transfers $30 million into Rosebridge's brokerage account. A text pings, order received. She pictures those shares sliding into her pocket like keys to a locked door. On the drive home, she passes a billboard, know your worth. She almost laughs. Back at the mansion, Evelyn hands her a grocery list, pages long. Organic only, and hurry. Samantha's friends arrive at 6. Selena smiles, folds the list, and thinks, sure, organic, like organic takeover. She realizes the secret money isn't just safety, it's leverage. For the first time in years, excitement flickers brighter than fear. She walks upstairs lighter, phone buzzing with confirmation emails no one else will ever see yet. Selena's eyes snap open before dawn, but instead of slipping into servant mode, she stays in bed, listening to rain tap the windows. She whispers, not today. At 7, Evelyn barges in. The laundry's piling up. Selena sits up, hair loose, voice calm. I'll handle it after breakfast. Evelyn blinks. Selena's never delayed a task. Downstairs, Samantha sulks, her dress still damp from last night's party. Mom said you'd press this. Selena pours coffee for herself first. I have other chores. Samantha's jaw drops. Excuse me. Selena meets her gaze. You're excused. Samantha storms off. Derek walks in, puzzled. Everything okay? Selina nods. Just busy. She slides a plate toward him, actually warm. He seems grateful, maybe surprised she didn't skip him amid the tension. After he leaves for work, Selina heads to the basement where Evelyn expects baskets of ironing. Instead, Selina opens her laptop on the folding table and joins a video call with Jonathan and two venture capitalists. The men discuss seed rounds. She steers them like a captain. A timer buzzes, clothes done drying, but she ignores it and finishes the call, landing a $7 million stake in a biotech startup. She ends with, "I'll wire funds by 3. Closing the lid, she finally folds a towel slowly, not hurried. At lunch, Evelyn complains the table isn't set. Selina smiles, "It will be after I finish my workout." She heads to the home gym, leaves Evelyn sputtering. While stretching, Selina recalls Olivia's words, "Stop hiding." Each lunge feels like pushing against years of submission. Post-workout, she orders fresh linen delivery and tips the driver cash, saving herself 3 hours of ironing. Samantha snaps a photo of lazy Selina ordering services and posts it online. Selina flips the scandal to her favor by commenting, "Supporting local business is self-care." Likes pour in, embarrassing Samantha. By evening, Evelyn and Samantha whisper that something's off with Selina. Derek notices the calm in her half-smile. She no longer rushes, yet every task still ends up done, sometimes by outside help she quietly pays for. Control has shifted, though no one names it. Selina sleeps that night without setting an alarm. Jonathan Clark waits by the Riverwalk Cafe. Raincoat draped over one arm, a manila folder tucked under the other. Selina joins him beneath an awning. "This place is quiet," he says. She nods. Jonathan slides the folder over. Inside, photocopies, charity press clippings, board appointments, stock filings, all linking Kingston or Rosebridge to major deals. One headline: Kingston heiress keeps low profile. Selina lifts a brow but doesn't flinch. Jonathan whispers, "I had to know. You're Selina Kingston, aren't you?" She sips tea. "I am." He exhales a short laugh. Why hide behind Derek's shadow? She watches rain hit the river. Because love looked easier than power. Jonathan shakes his head. "You gave up half the sky to live in a cage." She smiles, sad. "It was my choice, so I can choose differently now." He leans closer. "Let me help." Selina's gaze sharpens. "Help means discretion." Jonathan nods. "I'll sign whatever." She reaches into her purse, pulls a tiny contract, slides it over. "Standard NDA. You break it, I own your shoes." He laughs and signs in 2 strokes. Selina folds the paper. "Good. Now, if Derek's firm collapses, it drags my portfolio with it. I need a firewall." Jonathan suggests pivoting his own company into a joint venture, giving Selina an official title, vice chair, so her authority's public without revealing full wealth. She nods slowly. A soft reveal. He asks, "What about the Carters?" A small smirk. "They'll learn later." Rain eases. Selina stands. "I have errands." Jonathan reaches out. "Whatever happens, you've got backup." She thanks him, voice warm. Walking away, she feels lighter. In the mansion, Evelyn's throwing china because the caterer canceled. Selina steps in. "I know another chef." She makes a call. Within an hour, a Michelin-trained team arrives, secretly on her dime. Evelyn's too frazzled to question. Samantha peeks from the stairs, shocked. Derek comes home to a perfect meal and thanks his mom, who basks in false glory. Jonathan texts Selina. Paperwork filed. "Welcome to the board, Madam Vice Chair." Selina smiles at the title. The wall between what she has and what they think she lacks just got paper thin. Sunlight paints the Carter Library gold as Selina stacks folders. Renewable energy, microfinance, sustainable fashion. She's mapping a new empire. She calls Vincent her discreet driver. "Book the jet for Thursday. Zurich." He confirms. On Thursday, while Evelyn thinks Selina's on a discount shopping tour, she's actually in a Swiss boardroom finalizing a controlling tranche of Argent Star shares, leveraging her trust stake. The CEO greets her like royalty. "Ms. Kingston, with you on the board, global expansion's a lock." She signs, thinking of clean oceans. On the flight home, she drafts a memo to Carter Enterprises board. Anonymously from Rosebridge, suggesting a pivot into battery storage. Tech she now partly owns. Back home, Derek moans at dinner. Suddenly there's rumor of a large investor pushing storage tech. Could save us if true. Selena raises an eyebrow. Maybe listen. Samantha blabs about wanting to start a makeup line. I just need a little seed cash. Evelyn chirps. Ask Selena. She's always thrifty. Selena smiles. A business plan first. Samantha rolls eyes. You're a housewife, not a banker. Selena shrugs. Suit yourself. Upstairs, she wires Jonathan the funds they agreed on. He replies, deal closed. Shares transfer Monday. She locks her laptop, gazes at the city skyline, and feels her influence stretching across it like dawn light. Meanwhile, she quietly sets up scholarships for underpaid hospital staff, remembering the nurse who held her hand after her parents' crash. Olivia texts, saw the scholarship news. You softy, Selena laughs, sending back a heart. In the mansion, Evelyn notices 0 late fees on bills. Something magical seems to catch every slip. She assumes Derek finally stepped up. Derek, oblivious, actually thanks his mother for keeping finances steady. And Evelyn preens. Selena doesn't correct them. Knowledge is currency, and right now she's rich in silence. Late at night, she prints an organizational chart linking her companies like constellations. At the center, she draws a small lioness icon and whispers, Queen's Gambit. She pins it inside her closet door, private prophecy. The shift becomes clear one Saturday when Evelyn calls for brunch. She snaps, Selena, poached eggs for 8, fresh hollandaise. Selena replies, kitchen's closed, the chef's on leave. Evelyn sputters. Derek looks puzzled. Selena pulls out her phone. However, our favorite cafe delivers. She taps, and 15 minutes later gourmet brunch arrives. Evelyn hisses, money down the drain. Selena smiles. Time's priceless. Samantha sniffs the truffle aroma, forgets to complain. During brunch, Derek's uncle brags about a real estate flip. Selena calmly points out zoning changes that'll have his profit. He laughs, then checks online and turns pale. The family notices. Samantha whispers, how did she know? Selena excuses herself. At the door, Jonathan appears, dropping off signed contracts for Derek's review. Derek frowns. Why is his partner handing papers to Selena? Jonathan keeps the reason vague. Needed her insight. Derek stares after him. Later, Selena sits with Derek in the study. Your mom thinks I'm staff. I'm not. Respect has to be two-way. Derek rubs his neck. I'll talk to her. Selena nods but doubts he will. That evening, Evelyn demands Selena iron Samantha's dress for a gala. Selena answers, ask Samantha. Evelyn's face goes crimson. You ungrateful girl. Selena's voice stays soft. Grateful people don't get bruises serving you. Evelyn steps back, shocked. Selena turns and walks away. Upstairs, she emails Vincent. Move my jewelry from vault to city apartment. She's preparing an exit path. She also sets new boundaries on household finances, stops topping up Carter credit lines, lets minor late fees appear. Evelyn panics but can't trace the missing safety net. Samantha snaps at a clerk who declines her overdrawn card. Selena watches from a distance, not gloating, simply letting reality teach. Derek finally asks, did you pay mom's bills? Selena answers, I paid everything for 3 years. That's over. Derek's stunned silence says more than apologies could. Selena's subtle shift grows into a quiet stance. She's present, polite, but not pliant. In the silence, the family hears, for the first time, that perfect, dangerous calm of a woman who knows exactly what she's worth and that they're about to find out too. Monday morning, Carter Enterprises boardroom hums with tension. A surprise shareholder meeting's been called. Derek sits near the front, papers trembling. The chair announces a new investor's crossed the 25% threshold, Rosebridge Holdings. Whispers ripple. Selena, in a tailored charcoal suit, walks in quietly and takes a guest seat. Derek's eyes widen. Evelyn, invited as a family representative, gasps. The chair continues. Rosebridge proposes 3 board seats. Derek's jaw drops. Who even runs Rosebridge? Selina folds her hands, meeting his gaze but offering nothing. Afterward, in a hallway, Derek corners her. "You knew about this?" She replies calmly, "I did." He laughs strained. "We're saved if they invest, but why hide it?" Selina smiles. "Patience." Meanwhile, media outlets buzz with news of Rosebridge's aggressive stake. Evelyn's phone explodes with calls, but she's clueless. She storms home and blames Derek, who blames market forces. Upstairs, Selina watches the chaos, sipping tea. Olivia texts a fire emoji. Jonathan sends a thumbs up. That night, Derek announces at dinner Rosebridge offered bridge financing. "It'll keep us afloat." Evelyn claps like she planned it. Samantha cheers. Selina asks, "What's the equity dilution?" Derek frowns. "They want a seat, that's all." Selina hums. "Smart." No one notices her amusement. Next day, the stock jumps. Staff call Derek a hero, he feels like one again. Selina quietly files paperwork making her the voting proxy for Rosebridge's shares. The power play's complete, she owns the family firm in all but name. In the mansion, Samantha picks a fight over bathroom counters. Selina walks away, leaving Samantha shouting at thin air. Evelyn schedules a luncheon to celebrate our family's triumph. Selina okays a caterer but under exact terms that leave Evelyn thinking budget's tight. She's nudging them to feel limits before the hammer. Late at night, Selina stands on the balcony, city lights twinkling. She whispers, "Board seat, check." Next, the truth. She feels her parents close, like proud shadows. The lioness is now inside the throne room, all that's left is to roar. The family luncheon turns into a grand affair. Evelyn's ego can't help itself. Politicians, reporters, and socialites fill the Carter Garden under white tents. A string quartet plays. Selina wears an ivory pantsuit that echoes quiet authority. Derek works the crowd, praising Rosebridge. Jonathan arrives, greeting Selina with, "Madam Vice Chair." Samantha overhears, wrinkles her nose. The program lists Evelyn as host and Selina as family helper. Cameras click. Evelyn takes the podium. Thanks to hard work, Selina steps forward gently. "May I add something?" Evelyn forces a smile. Briefly, Selina faces the crowd. Many ask who's behind Rosebridge Holdings. "You deserve an answer." Derek's eyes widen, Samantha freezes mid-selfie. Selina continues, voice steady. "Rosebridge is mine. My name is Selina Kingston Carter, sole owner and controlling shareholder." Gasps ripple. Reporters surge forward. Evelyn sputters, "What kind of joke?" Selina raises a hand. "No joke. For years I supported this family quietly. Today I'm done hiding." She taps a remote, screens light up behind her, graphs of her stakes. Argent Star, Rosebridge, Global Property. "I also now hold a controlling interest in Carter Enterprises." Derek's face drains. Evelyn gapes like a statue. Selina's tone softens. "I never aimed to embarrass. I hoped respect would grow naturally. It didn't. So here's the truth." She recounts her parents' legacy, her silent backing of the charity auction, the chef rescue, the bills she paid. Each fact is a gentle dagger. Samantha whispers, "She's been bankrolling us?" Reporters scribble furiously. Selina finishes, "Going forward, Carter Enterprises will pivot to clean tech. I'll chair the board. Those uncomfortable may cash out." She steps back. Silence hangs, then applause, first from Jonathan, then guests who appreciate bold moves. Cameras flash. Evelyn staggers, chairs Evelyn's lunch overshadowed by her daughter-in-law's thunder. Derek approaches Selina, voice shaking, "You blindsided me." Selina answers, "I invited you to see me. You chose not to look." He starts to speak, but reporters swarm. Selina turns to the crowd, smiles gracefully, and thanks them for coming. The luncheon is now her press conference. She's no longer the maid in the house, she's the master of ceremonies, and everyone finally knows it. News vans line the street. Inside the mansion, Evelyn paces like a trapped cat. "She humiliated us." Samantha sobs. "People think we're gold diggers." Derek sits silent, replaying Selina's reveal on his phone. Every insult he ignored flashes back. He whispers, "I never asked what she needed." Evelyn snaps, "Stop whining. We can still spin this." She bursts into Selina's study, but the door's locked. Inside, Selina discusses next steps with a PR team on speaker. Olivia sits nearby, enjoying popcorn for real this time. Selina finishes and opens the door. Evelyn barrels in. "How do you hijack my lunch?" Selina's voice stays calm. "It was never yours. I paid every invoice." Evelyn's mouth opens, closes. Samantha cries, "People unfollowed me." Selina raises an eyebrow. "Actions have consequences." Derek steps forward, guilt heavy. "Selina, why didn't you tell me?" She meets his eyes. "I tried in ways you didn't hear." Silence. Olivia clears her throat. Maybe give her space? Evelyn huffs. We're family. Selena answers family doesn't treat members like staff. She lifts a folder. Here are receipts, tuition I covered for Samantha, taxes I paid when the house nearly went to auction, medical bills for Uncle Ray. Evelyn stares at the numbers, hands shaking. Samantha whispers, Uncle Ray was sick? Selena nods. You were busy clubbing. Samantha shrinks back. Selena softens. I don't want revenge. I want respect. From now on, employment contracts will replace assumptions. She hands Evelyn a typed agreement. Roles, wages, hours. Evelyn splutters. Selena continues, or I can hire professionals. Your choice. Derek's face flushes. Mom, we've leaned on her too much. Evelyn glares but reads the contract. Dollars stare back, fair pay, not charity. Olivia whispers to Selena, this is brutal and perfect. Reporters outside ask Samantha for comment, she hides. Inside, tables have turned so hard they rattle. Selena watches them process, not with smugness but quiet relief. Truth's heavy but lighter than lies. She leaves them with the contracts and a closing line, decide before morning. Then she walks upstairs, each step echoing the new order. That night, Selena meets Jonathan at a rooftop lounge. City lights shimmer below. He lifts a glass. To the boldest coup I've witnessed. Selena clinks gently. To clean starts. Jonathan presents papers offering her equal partnership in Clark Innovate, merging it with Rosebridge's venture arm. We'd be unstoppable, he says. Selena reads terms, fair, respectful, no hidden traps. She smiles. I'm in. They sign. Jonathan lowers his voice. Off record, are you okay? Selena exhales. I'm raw, but okay. He nods. Derek looked shattered. She sig. I knocked them. Jonathan's eyes soften. If you need anything, business or otherwise, I'm here. She thanks him, touched. They talk strategy, scholarships, impact funds, scaling the storage tech. Jonathan's excitement mirrors her own. On her way out, paparazzi snap photos. Selena Kingston Carter with a new business ally. Headlines the next day, Red Hidden Heiress Partners with rising tech tycoon. Evelyn flinches. Samantha gasps. Is she dating him? Derek stares at the paper, mixed emotions swirling. Selena ignores rumors, focusing on launch plans. She assembles a small executive team. Olivia joins as communications lead. Together they draft a mission, profit with purpose. At the mansion, Evelyn signs the employment contract but notes she'll need time to adjust. Selena nods, sets training sessions with household staff. Samantha refuses to sign, packs bags, and storms off to a friend's condo. But her credit cards promptly decline. Selena canceled the subsidies. Samantha calls in tears. Selena wires her a modest restart fund and a budgeting app link. No gloating, just boundaries. Derek tries to engage Selena over dinner. Mom's rattled. Maybe ease up. Selena answers, this is eased. He can't argue. The power dynamics reset like a flipped magnet. Selena's new alliance gains media buzz. Investors line up. Jonathan texts, 40 requests for meetings already. She replies with a lion emoji. Late at night, she watches city lights, feeling the hum of possibility. For the first time, the future's hers alone, fueled by allies who respect her mind, not her service. She whispers, next chapter starts now. Rain drums the mansion roof as Derek knocks on Selena's study door. Got a minute? She waves him in, keeps typing. He clears his throat. I've been blind. I let them hurt you. Selena stops, folds her hands. He continues. When we met, you lit up my life. I lost sight of that. I'm sorry. His voice cracks, real, not performative. Selena studies him. Sorry changes nothing unless actions follow. He nods, pulls a sheet, his own signed household contract. I'll chip in chores, costs, respect. You don't owe me anything, but I'd like to earn a second chance. Selena's eyes soften but stay guarded. Trust broke piece by piece. It rebuilds the same way. He agrees. I'll start small. Jonathan's deal, he offered me a junior role. I'll report to you. Selena raises an eyebrow. Pride's heavy. You sure? Derek nods. I'd rather carry humility. She leans back. We'll discuss with HR Olivia. He smiles wryly. Figures. She asks, what about your mom? Derek sighs. She'll kick and scream. But I'll set boundaries. Selena searches his face for signs of old excuses. She finds determination instead. All right, she says. First step, counseling. He agrees without hesitation. She almost smiles progress. Hours later, Derek tells Evelyn he's moving into a guest room to give Selena space. Evelyn explodes, but Derek stands firm. Samantha texts from her friend's couch, how do I do a budget? Selena sends tips, no judgment. The turning point spreads like dawn, soft but unstoppable. Selena attends her first board meeting as chair. Executives address her with respect. She announces a profit-sharing plan for junior staff and green initiatives. Applause fills the room. Derek sits at the back, pride and regret mixing. Afterward, he tells reporters, our company's in capable hands, my wife's. The headline husband backs billionaire wife trends, sparking debates on gender roles. Meanwhile, Selena drives to her parents' grave, lays white lilies, and whispers, I found my voice. She feels rain ease to a sprinkle like a blessing. Turning back toward the city, she knows the next act will test every decision, but she's finally steering her own story. No passengers, only partners. Selena wakes in her downtown penthouse, quiet, sunlight, no barking orders. She makes coffee, scrolls the morning markets, and smiles as Carter Enterprises stock rises on rumors of her battery storage push. An alert pings, Rosebridge now owns a clean 51%. She whispers, full control. Her phone buzzes, it's Derek. Mom's freaking about bills. I told her to cut the spa membership. Selena replies, good start. She ends the call, slips into a sharp navy suit, and heads to headquarters. Lobby guards stand straighter when she steps in. In the boardroom, she outlines new policies, equal pay audits, green energy at all facilities, and an emergency fund for employees. An older director asks, can we afford this? Selena smiles. We can't afford not to. The vote passes. At lunch, she signs final papers transferring the mansion deed to her name. She's letting the Carters stay, but as tenants paying fair rent. Evelyn gets the notice in the afternoon mail. Her scream rattles the chandelier, but no one besides Derek comforts her. Samantha, still couch surfing, texts Selena, I'm job hunting. Any advice? Selena answers, start at humble, work to steady. Samantha replies with a thank you and a crying emoji. In the evening, Selena hosts a quiet dinner at a rooftop garden for her new executive team. Olivia raises a toast to the woman who turned silence into strength. Everyone clinks glasses. Selena thanks them, thinking of her parents and that lion crest. She feels the weight of command but also a lightness. Nobody's calling her maid, nobody's ignoring her voice. Control isn't about crushing others, it's about steering the ship so everyone reaches shore. As moonlight hits the table, she realizes the house on the hill no longer traps her, it's just one more asset in a growing portfolio. She tucks a loose strand of hair behind her ear and jokes, guess I'll hire a maid now. Laughter rises, easy and respectful. Tomorrow brings press, deadlines, and hard calls, but tonight she breathes the clean air of complete control. A week later, Selena stands on stage at the Hope Haven Gala, the same charity that once needed sponsors. Cameras flash as she unveils the Kingston Carter Foundation, seated with $200 million. She keeps the mic steady, voice warm. This fund will pay for women's shelters, microloans, and green tech scholarships. The crowd erupts. Journalists push forward. One asks, is this payback for how you were treated? Selena smiles. It's pay forward. She spots Derek at the edge, clapping, pride and regret mixing on his face. Jonathan stands by the curtain, nodding, a partner in public good now, not just profit. After speeches, Selena mingles. A young woman approaches, tears in her eyes. Your story gave me courage to leave a toxic job, she says. Selena hugs her. Nearby, Olivia captures the moment for social media with the caption, power used right. The post explodes overnight. Influencers quote Selena, talk shows invite her to speak. She chooses one morning program, telling viewers we can rise without crushing others. Hashtags trend, hashtag Quiet Lioness, and hashtag Selena Shift. Donations to the foundation double within 24 hours. Backstage, the host whispers, ratings broke records. Selena laughs. Glad kindness still pulls numbers. Walking outside, she's swarmed by fans. A girl hands her a homemade bracelet. For luck, she says. Selena puts it on. Across town, Evelyn watches the interview, cheeks wet. She mutters to Samantha, we misjudged that girl. Samantha nods, now working a retail job, learning patience one customer at a time. In her break room, she replays Selena's words and feels something like hope. Back at the gala, Selena catches Jonathan's eye across the room. He mouths, proud. She mouths back, thank you. Reporters ask about future plans. She teases a new venture. Let's just say it'll shine. Headlines the next day read, Heiress turns billionaire power into public good. Selena clips one for her scrapbook. She never cared for the spotlight, yet she's using it like a torch, lighting dark corners where people feel small. And the brighter the torch, the longer the shadows behind her shrink. The Carter mansion feels colder even in summer. Evelyn pays rent on time but writes the check with a shaky hand. She stares at the blank space for memo and almost writes sorry, then shreds it. One morning she meets Selena in the foyer. I never thanked you for covering Ray's hospital bills, Evelyn says, voice thin. Selena nods. Ray's a good man. Evelyn looks at the floor. I didn't see you. Selena answers gently, you refuse to look. Evelyn whispers, is there a path back? Selena thinks. Respect first. Then maybe friendship. Evelyn nods, wiping eyes. Samantha, stopping by to collect boxes, overhears. She pulls Selena aside. Retail's tough, but I'm learning. Selena smiles. Tough is good medicine. Samantha bites her lip. I'm sorry for every rude thing. Selena hugs her, quick and sincere. Grow from it, not around it. Samantha nods, cheeks damp. Derek spends evenings in therapy and days in a junior strategy role under Olivia's sharp supervision. He files reports on time, no shortcuts. One night he drops a notebook on Selena's desk, filled with budgets, fundraiser ideas, and a handwritten apology letter. She reads it, heart heavy but hopeful. He says, I won't ask to erase the past, only to write new pages. She closes the book, meets his gaze. Keep showing up. He nods, leaves the room lighter. Around town, whispers fade from scandal to redemption arc. A gossip blog posts, even the wicked mother-in-law is taking charity workshops now. Evelyn screenshots it, sends it to Selena with a nervous smile emoji. Selena replies with a thumbs up. It's not forgiveness just yet, but it's the first brick laid on a new bridge. In quiet hours, Evelyn walks the garden, sees the crest in stained glass, and finally understands the lioness was under her roof all along. She just kept throwing dust on the glass. Regrets heavy, but learning to carry it is her own test. Selena lets them try, but she doesn't wait for them. Her forward motion continues, unstoppable. One calm evening, Selena retreats to her penthouse terrace alone. City lights flicker like a sea of tiny candles. She lays out a thick scrapbook of photos from Maid days, charity headlines, board meeting snapshots. Page by page, she relives the climb. She pauses at a photo Olivia secretly took years back, Selena in apron, wiping tears in a pantry. She smiles sadly, touching the image. I was strong even then, she whispers. Ghost voices of doubt rattle faintly but fade. She flips to a recent magazine cover, her in a white power dress, headline, From House Help to Head Honcho. She laughs. I was always the head. She jots a note, self-worth never left, just hid. Moonlight glints off her bracelet from the fan. She remembers the girl's hopeful eyes. That's why I fought, she thinks, not for revenge, but to prove quiet people can roar. She records a voice memo for the Foundation's blog. Every act of kindness I find is a thank you to the younger me for surviving hard days. After, she calls Vincent and asks him to send fresh lilies to the grave again. Reflection isn't about guilt, it's about guidance. She sketches goals for the next 5 years, solar-powered housing projects, a mentorship network, maybe adoption someday, love, not duty. She thinks of Derek. Their marriage sits on a fragile dock, waves calm now, but storms left cracks. She writes 2 columns, keep and let go. Under keep, she lists shared memories, laughter, potential for growth. Under let go, resentment, silence. She closes the book. Decisions still brewing, but clarity grows. She turns in her chair, catches her reflection in the glass, steady gaze, soft smile, warrior's calm. Beats of her parents' favorite jazz song float from the speakers and she dances alone, small steps, big grace, celebrating every scar and crown. The past doesn't bind her. It informs her. She whispers to the night, thank you for the lessons. Then heads inside, ready for dawn. Dawn paints the sky peach as Selena steps into a renovated warehouse on Riverfront Avenue. Workers bustle, hanging lights, assembling display racks. A giant logo sits draped in velvet. She inhales sawdust and fresh paint. This is Liana, her soon-to-launch luxury brand blending sustainable materials with elegant design. A young seamstress waves. Morning, Ms. Carter. Selena waves back. She chats with the team, offers coffee, asks about their families. None of Evelyn's cold detachment here. Olivia walks in, clipboard ready. Press preview in 2 weeks. Everything's tracking. Selena grins. Let's make it memorable. They test a runway light. It bathes the room in amber. Selena imagines models walking, music swelling, guests gasping. She pictures Samantha attending as press, not nepotism, reviewing products objectively. Outside, Jonathan arrives with prototypes of solar-powered handbags, tiny panels charging phones. He jokes, "Call it the Sunny Clutch." Selena laughs. They discuss marketing, decide net profits will seed micro-loan funds for female artisans. Derek texts updates. He finished employee housing research, wants Selena's feedback. She thumbs up. Partnership, perhaps not romance, time will tell. Noon arrives. Construction pauses. Selena orders food trucks for the crew. They eat tacos on crates, laughing. She sits among them, sauce on her sleeve and doesn't care. A junior designer shows her a sketchbook. Nervous. Selena praises the lines, tweaks the seam length, and the designer nearly cries with joy. Afternoon sun slants through skylights, catching dust motes like glitter. Selena looks around. No chandeliers, but she's happier here than in that mansion hall. She hears her mom's voice in memory. Build beauty that serves. I'm doing it, Mom. By evening, the velvet covers lifted for staff photos. Roaring lioness silhouette merging with a blooming rose. Symbol of hidden power now revealed. Selena snaps a picture, posts. When purpose meets style, everyone shines. Comments flood in. She heads home, heels clicking on pavement, heart light. Tomorrow's grand opening rehearsal. But tonight she'll rest easy, knowing the new future's already unfolding under her own brand of daylight. Opening night arrives. Journalists, buyers, and influencers crowd the runway lined with reclaimed wood. The DJ drops a smooth beat. Lights fade, and the first model strides out in a flowing dress woven from bamboo silk, pockets trimmed with subtle solar cells. Murmurs ripple, innovation looks gorgeous. Selena watches backstage, headset on, pulse steady. Derek sits front row beside Evelyn, by Selena's invitation. Evelyn grips the program, jaw tight with nerves. Samantha, now a fashion blogger, sits 2 rows back, typing live reactions. Eco-chic gone regal. Jonathan handles VIPs, praising Selena's vision. Mid-show, Selena walks onto the runway, applause drowning the music. She speaks briefly. Luxury's not about price, it's about dignity for every hand that touches a product. She thanks the workers by name, waves the team onto stage. Seamstresses, pattern makers, janitors line up, beaming. The crowd stands, giving a rare industrial ovation. Backstage later, Evelyn approaches, eyes glossy. Your parents would be proud. Selena smiles softly. Thank you. They hug, first genuine embrace. Samantha asks for an interview. Selena grants it, but insists questions focus on sustainability, not family drama. Samantha agrees, professional tone steady. Growth looks good on her. Derek finds Selena after the crowd thins. He hands her a small box, inside a silver compass pendant. Wherever you steer, may you never doubt direction, he says. Selena's eyes shine. Thank you. They don't discuss marriage yet, they savor simple respect. Press coverage next day is electric. Liana roars, industry listens. Orders crash the website. Selena raises wages on the spot. A competitor CEO calls Jonathan. How'd she scale so fast? Jonathan laughs, ethics sells. Investors notice, but Selena's careful, growth at a human pace. She sets a policy, no unpaid interns, no midnight emails. Staff feel the difference. 1 week post-launch, a worker tells her, I've never felt this valued. That night Selena sits on her balcony, compass pendant glinting. Directions clear, create, uplift, repeat. She whispers, empowered people empower others, and turns off her phone, giving herself the luxury of peaceful sleep. Months roll by, and Selena and Jonathan's partnership deepens beyond spreadsheets. Late work sessions turn into rooftop dinners. One night after a strategy meeting, they linger watching city lights. Jonathan laughs, we just solved a supply chain crisis over dumplings. Selena grins. Innovation fuel. Silence settles, warm, not awkward. He asks, do you still love Derek? Selena breathes out. Love changed shape. It's respect now. Jonathan nods. I want in fully, but only if your heart's free. She looks at him, honest. I'm not ready yet, but I feel something real. He smiles. I can wait. They keep things gentle, focusing on goals. Derek, aware of the growing closeness, doesn't get bitter. Counseling taught him jealousy helps no one. He invites Jonathan to a charity basketball game. They laugh over missed shots, building an unlikely camaraderie. Evelyn hosts tea for the trio, trying polite small talk. Progress, not perfection. Olivia jokes to Selena, girl, your life's turning into a wholesome drama. Selena laughs. I'll take wholesome. One evening, Jonathan shows her blueprints of a community center powered entirely by solar and kinetic flooring. Dance classes can light the building, he says. Selena's eyes sparkle. Let's build it. They sign, call it the Pulse Project. Groundbreaking day, kids stomp the first tile, lights flicker on, cheers explode. Reporters ask if Selena and Jonathan are dating. Selena replies, we're partnered in purpose. Jonathan smiles beside her, eyes saying more. Derek attends with a team of employee volunteers. He and Selena share a proud nod. Relationships rewoven, not erased. That night, Jonathan texts Selena a single sentence. Your happiness is my favorite investment. She reads it twice, feels warmth bloom. She doesn't reply immediately. She lets the feeling settle like good soil, knowing love planted slow grows deep. She closes her eyes, pictures a tomorrow where trust stands strong, and whispers, maybe soon. Outside, city lights flicker, powered a little more by clean energy, a little more by hope. Selena's story hits textbooks in business schools as a modern case study. Stealth wealth to ethical power. She guest lectures at universities, telling students, silence can guard your seed, but at some point you must sprout. A tweet of that quote goes viral. Workers in factories quote her during breaks. A podcast titles an episode, Lioness Lessons. Meanwhile, the Kingston Carter Foundation launches its 10th women's shelter. She attends the opening, chats with residents. One says, your journey proves I can start over. Selena hugs her, eyes misty. At Liana, sales top projections. Instead of pocketing every cent, Selena extends parental leave benefits. HR reports morale up 50%. Turnover plummets. Competitors copy the policy, proving influence beats ego. Media tags her the compassionate capitalist. She's fine with that. She headlines a summit on sustainable luxury. Samantha covers it, writing, my sister-in-law changed fashion by changing hearts. The article trends, landing Samantha a staff position at a major style magazine. She texts Selena, got the job, thanks for believing I could do better. Selena replies, proud of you. Evelyn volunteers at Hope Haven, greeting guests by name, learning humility step by step. Derek manages corporate social impact projects. Employees respect him for transparent leadership. No more hiding behind family name. One evening, a senator calls Selena. We need advice on equitable tie-in. She joins a working group making policy waves. Olivia screens calls to protect Selena's downtime. They joke about needing clones. Yet Selena guards her weekends, hiking, cooking, painting. Balance is success. A documentary team requests her story. She agrees on one condition, highlight workers and beneficiaries, not just her triumph. Filming begins. A crew member tells her, your patience changed more than your wealth did. She smiles, lesson learned. Billboard across the city shows her quote, kindness scales. Kids snap photos, tagging hashtag #BeLioness. Her impact isn't measured just in dollars, it's in the quieter shift of attitudes, proof that revenge healed into widespread good. Thanksgiving approaches and Selena hosts at the penthouse. Evelyn arrives first, apron in hand, determined to cook side dishes. She laughs at her own past bossiness. See? I can serve too. Selena grins, hands her a chef's hat. Samantha comes carrying homemade pies, flour on her cheek. From scratch this time. Selena high-fives her. Derek walks in last, casseroles balanced, therapy notebook peeking from his pocket. Olivia and Jonathan join, along with staff families from Liana. The table's long, candles simple. Before eating, Selena clears her throat. I used to feel small here, she taps her chest, even with a fortune in the bank. Now I feel full because we're all growing. Evelyn squeezes her hand, tears bright. Derek stands. I learned power isn't dominance, it's accountability. Samantha adds, and humility's quite an influencer. Laughter eases old tension. Dinner flows, story swap. Derek helps wash dishes, Evelyn sets leftovers in eco-containers, Samantha photographs recipes for her column. Jonathan plays guitar softly, eyes on Selena. Later they gather on the balcony. City lights glow. Derek thanks Jonathan for guiding him at work. Jonathan shrugs. Team effort. He glances at Selena, both know she's the North Star. Evelyn apologizes, again without excuses. Selena accepts, but reminds growth is daily practice. Evelyn agrees, determined. In the quiet, Samantha asks Selena, can we design a Liana capsule for charity? Selena smiles wide. Let's do it. Plans bloom right there. Guests leave with full bellies and lighter hearts. Selena closes the door, realizing transformation didn't end with her reveal, it rippled outward. The Carter family still stumbles, but they're facing the right direction. As she stacks plates, she thinks of that first day mopping floors. She can barely recognize that version of herself, yet she honors her, she fought so current Selena could stand tall. She whispers, we made it. In the living room, Derek helps Jonathan fold chairs, two men once at odds now laughing over a dropped napkin. Change, Selena knows, is the best dessert. A year to the day after her public revelation, Selena stands on a seaside cliff where her parents once taught her to fly kites. Wind ruffles her hair. At her side, Jonathan, Olivia, Derek, Samantha, Evelyn, and dozens of foundation scholars holding bright kites of their own, each inked with goals, college dreams, business ideas, poems. Selena lifts a crimson kite etched with a lioness and a rose. She tells the group, let's send our intentions higher than fear. They run, kites leap, dancing in blue sky, tails snapping like applause. Jonathan photographs the scene. Derek cheers kids on, no ego attached. Samantha interviews scholars for an article. Evelyn hands out sandwiches, proud but quiet. Selena pulls back her kite string, feeling the tug, like life's challenges, and balances it with gentle guidance. She thinks, legacy isn't money left behind, it's people equipped to fly. When the sky fills with color, Selena calls everyone together for a group photo. Waves crash below, gulls cry above, and the world feels wide and possible. Later, back at a small surf town hall, they unveil a plaque, Kingston Carter Ocean Program, Renewable Labs, and Youth Center. Kids scream with joy. Selena gives a short speech, I was once underestimated. If you ever feel small, remember you're just gathering strength. Thunderous applause follows. Derek, microphone in hand, adds, I stand here as proof that men can learn from powerful women. Cheers rise. Jonathan wraps an arm around Selena's shoulders afterward. Ready to set new goals? She smiles. Always. Evening settles, they light a bonfire. Evelyn strums Jonathan's guitar, surprisingly well, Samantha records, promising not to auto-tune. Olivia hands Selena a notebook, first copy of Quiet Lioness, a memoir drafted from podcast transcripts. Selena flips pages, humbled. Stars emerge, waves hush the shore, hearts sit content. Selena leans toward the group. What lesson did today teach us? A young girl answers, that power shared grows. Selena nods. Legacy rewritten indeed. She looks at the camera Olivia holds and says to future viewers, drop your lessons learned in the comments below, smash that like, hit subscribe, and share this journey with every quiet warrior you know. Your story's next, make it roar. That's a wrap on Selena's saga. What hit you hardest? Which moment made you cheer? Tell us in the comments, share your own lessons, and don't forget, like, subscribe, and send this story to every friend who loves a jaw-dropping twist.